Typhoon Parma has swept through the north of the Philippines, killing at least 15 people. The country's capital, Manila, escaped, but is still trying to recover from last week's severe flooding. There are fears Parma could hit the Philippines for a second time, and another typhoon is moving into the region. With the latest, we're joined by Colleen Malone, an aid worker with Save the Children. Colleen, tell us what the situation is like on the ground.
Well, right now we are, as you said, we're waiting to see what happens with Typhoon Parma to see if it does swing back and hit the Philippines again. Manila did escape largely unscathed over the weekend, but the areas that were hit still have no power communications, and we're waiting to hear as assessments are coming out of that area.
You obviously are with Save the Children, and in situations like this, children, the most vulnerable. Tell us what that is like and how you're getting aid to those who need it.
That's right. We are particularly concerned about the state of children in the aftermath of this disaster. Although we are seeing that the kids are remarkably resilient, and in fact, many of the kids that we're meeting are saying that they're worried about their parents who are trying to make ends meet, and they're trying to assist their parents as they do that. So far, we've managed to reach 30,000 people, and there's many more still that we need to reach. Over half of those are children, and we've been providing families with specific items that they need, especially for infants and small kids, to cover some of their basic household needs, water, jerry cans to store the water in. And we're also establishing safe play areas or child-friendly spaces where children will be able to go and be cared for while their parents are trying to salvage some of their household goods from their homes.
And obviously it's important to provide the essentials, the food, the water, the basics, but there's a psychological aspect to this as well, especially with kids and how they're thinking and how they're processing things.
Absolutely. Children have been telling our staff stories about how scary the actual event was and what they did during the event. Children telling us about how they worked to rescue their siblings, and then in the aftermath, as I mentioned, the worry that they have about their parents and how their parents are coping and trying to return to their normal lives. The other impact that we're worried about is that school is supposed to start tomorrow, but many of the schools are absolutely packed, just crammed with families who are taking shelter there, and schools are looking at trying to free up, for example, 4 classrooms in a school and then moving families into another part of the school grounds. So obviously really not an ideal situation for kids who want and need to get back to school.
Not at all. And before I let you go, Colleen, just tell us about the preparations. You mentioned you are waiting to see what happens with regards to Parma. What preparations are underway now in case something does happen?
Well, we, as part of our ongoing response to Typhoon Katsana, we have been purchasing a lot of supplies that we'll be getting out to families, so that is going to continue. We have people in the office I'm in right now are repacking kits to get them out to families, and we'll just continue to collect as much information as we can so that we're ready to act as we need to.
Colleen, thank you for the work you and your team does there. Take good care, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you so much.
The search for those trapped and missing on Indonesia's Sumatra island is now shifting to recovery of the dead. Last week's powerful earthquake flattened hundreds of buildings. Teams were